Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emil, and to knit this beautiful stitch we're gonna need multiple of 6 stitches plus 5, and we're gonna work it in 8 rotative rows. So let's get started. Well, for the demonstration I have casted on 29 stitches, which is 4 times 6, 24, plus 5, 29 stitches. And what we're gonna do is start with the first 2 rows doing the horizontal lines which separate the holes. So we're gonna knit the very first stitch as border stitch, but you have to know that the first stitch we don't work it anymore, and then we're gonna continue per all the stitches in the very first row on the right side of the label. So we purl all the way across of the very first row, and what you're gonna do is continue with the second row, where you're gonna knit all the stitches on the wrong side. As I mentioned before, the very first stitch is border stitch and we don't work it anymore, doesn't matter which side of the label we work. And then we're gonna continue knit all the stitches till the end of the second row. Well, once we have the first 2 rows with the horizontal line which separate the holes, what you're gonna do is continue with the holes in 6 rows. And what you're gonna do is slip the very first stitch, and in the first of the 6 rows of the holes we're gonna knit all the stitches. Knit all the stitches till the end of the row. Knit all the stitches till the end of the row, and we're gonna start with the wrong side, the second row of the holes. Well, let's continue with the second row of the holes, and what you're gonna do here is slip the very first stitch, border stitch, and then we're gonna purl 1. And then we're gonna continue with the order of slip 1 with the yarn at the front of the label, slip 1 to the right hand needle, and then we're gonna purl 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches. Again, with the yarn at the front of the label, slip 1 to the right hand needle, and then purl 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is what you're gonna repeat all the way across. Slip 1 with the yarn at the front of the label, then purl 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Slip 1, purl 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And if everything is going okay, the same way we have started with 2 stitches before the first slip stitch, we're gonna over with 1 slip stitch and then purl 2. So it's absolutely the same on both sides of the stitch. Then we're gonna continue with the third row of the holes, and what you're gonna do here is knit the stitches. So we're gonna slip the very first stitch, and then we're gonna knit 1, and we're gonna continue again slipping every 5 stitches 1 stitch. So we're gonna slip the next stitch with the yarn behind the label, slip 1 and then knit 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, slip 1 and knit 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have to know that if we work on the right side of the label, we slip with the yarn behind the label, and if we work the wrong side, we slip the stitch with the yarn at the front of the label. So let's continue. So what we do is skipping the same stitches in the wrong and in the right side. So we're gonna continue with the row number 4 of the holes, where we're gonna skip the same stitches. So the very first stitch, slip stitch, then purl 1, and then we're gonna skip the next one with the yarn at the front of the labor. Then we continue with 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 stitches, purl 5, and then slip 1 with the yarn at the front of the labor, and again purl 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is how we continue all the way of the row. So these are the first 4 rows of the holes, and we have 2 more rows with the same order, where we skip every 5 stitches 1. On the right side we knit the stitches, and on the wrong side purl. So let's continue with 2 more rows. Well, these are the first 6 rows of the holes, and if we count the 2 rows of the horizontal line, we got the 8 rows of the first holes. So to continue with the second order of the holes, what we have to do first is work 2 rows of the horizontal line. So we're gonna purl all the stitches, 1 row purl all the stitches, and 1 row knit all the stitches. So we're gonna continue again. Purl all the stitches, purl all the way across until the end of the row, and then we're gonna continue knit all the stitches on the wrong side. So once we have the 2 rows of the horizontal line again, what you're gonna do is continue again with the 6 rows of the holes, but with the new order. And if you remember, the first of the 6 rows was knitting all the stitches without skipping any stitch. So every time we start new order of the holes, we start with 1 row knitting all the stitches, no matter what order of the holes we have. And then we continue with the order of the slipping stitches on the wrong side. So what you're gonna do here is, instead of start with 2 stitches and slip 1, is directly we're gonna start with 5 stitches, purl 5, 3, 4, 5 stitches, and then slip 1. So this is how we cross the holes. So again, we're gonna continue. Purl 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and slip 1 with the yarn at the front of the labor. Again, purl 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and with the yarn at the front of the labor, slip 1. This is how we continue all the way of the row. Well, the same way we start with 5 stitches before the first slip stitch, we're gonna over with 1 slip stitch and 5 stitches till the end of the row. Let's continue with the third row, where we're gonna continue slipping every 5 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Knit 5 and slip 1 with the yarn behind the labor. Again, knit 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. With the yarn behind the labor, slip 1. This is how we continue, and with the row number 3. So we are about to over the row number 3, and then we're gonna continue with the row number 4, 5 and 6, skipping every 5 stitches 1, and we always knit on the right side and purl on the wrong side of the labor. So these are the 2 lines of holes which we are going to repeat always for the stitch, and what I'm going to do is repeat few more times these 2 lines to show you how it looks the stitch. So let's continue with it. Well, I have repeated 2 times each order of the holes, and this is how it looks like. I hope you really like it, and if you have any question, don't hesitate to do it in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe and follow me in my Instagram. See you soon.